There's something really interesting that's happened in the Washington area marketing, advertising world, a long-term trend. And so some of you may have heard me say before that my dad spent 40-some years as a partner in an ad agency, first in D.C., in Georgetown, and then the rest of his career in Baltimore. And so I've been paying attention for as long as I can remember to advertising and the industry and agencies. And it's fascinating. People have said for decades that this is kind of an DC is kind of an advertising backwater. There's not a lot of creativity. Why? Because there's not a lot of traditional brands and industry. It's mostly government, and you know that it's just ended up this way. And you know, I even remember reading editorials in the Washington Business Journal as recently as maybe 3 years ago, with a senior ad agency founder saying, you know, we need to pull together and do more to make this a creative hub, whatever. So, come to find out, you know, in the last 2 or 3 years, two agencies have exploded onto the scene. And I'm not diminishing the other agencies that have been doing great work, but it's the great man theory, which, if you've read about that, means that, you know, history is moved when a great person comes along and decides to do great things. So Peter Corbett of iStrategy Labs, who is much more than, I'm going to say, a community organizer, but has really helped foster the tech community here, and his agency does very interesting, cool, experiential marketing campaigns, not an ad agency like the old way. And the other is this Jess3 juggernaut. I mean, this guy, and I shouldn't say this guy, it's Jesse Thomas and now Leslie Bradshaw as of, I don't know, maybe the last year. So they've managed to bring gigantic, hot brands into DC to do work. So they do work for Google, they do work for Facebook, they do work for, I think, Nike, they do work for things like Red Bull. So between these two companies, and I have no idea, I don't think there's a relationship between the two companies. So after all this time of complaining of DC being a kind of a creative backwater, these two kids, which I say that in a very endearing way, come along and decide that, well, there's no reason for that. We're here, let's just do cool stuff. So congratulations to them, and my dad, may he rest in peace, would be extremely happy to see what's happened.